Yeah, I just listened to a lecture by Ram Dass. He was reflecting on the sort of oneness just behind the two. The one behind the two is the idea. This sort of word of oneness feels a little more accessible in one's experience, like feeling unified and concentrated and collected in whatever present, in whatever thing I happen to be doing. Like what comes to mind, even just walking, not like thinking about some problem I had yesterday, but feeling whatever, the body, seeing the ground in front of me, hearing the birds, just whatever that direct experience is on the walk, and feeling like unified in that experience is this like feeling of oneness, right? Like can really be any context for that to arise. And then what is this thing of twoness? Twoness. I think it's like, like while I'm walking, as this example, while I'm feeling present and directly, consistently experiencing what's immediate to my senses, there is some separation between this quality of oneness and the sense object. So like the sense object happens to be the like vehicle for this oneness to arise. And the twoness would be, say for example, if I am caught in my emotion of and thought of something that happened yesterday and I'm not directly experiencing that, I'm like disjointed and agitated in that context. And then while I walk, I'm like, darting around, or I'm dissociated from the immediate sense experience, and I'm in my head thinking of that. That would be like very clear, in the twoness, right? And I suppose this like experience of pure oneness is like in samadhi, where there is really no sense vehicle for the oneness. It's just like pure sort of nibbana, like non-sensory, worldly moment. But usual sort of consciousness can sort of flow in between these three, like, totally wrapped up in the twoness, getting lost in the sense objects. And then there's like complete oneness where I'm in samadhi and like this nibbanic sort of taste, samadhi, and no sense experience, just pure point of awareness and And then there's something in between, which is usual, moments of experience where I'm sort of experiencing aspects of complete oneness through my interest in the sense objects, or the twoness. And it sort of ebbs and flows, which one is stronger and which one is weaker. Because that's sort of the reality of it, is like I can't sit in samadhi for perfect samadhi, well, really at all. But sort of the essence of it I can taste, and that is sweet. And then of course it's no challenge to get lost in the sense objects. Like I'm well trained in that. But so I guess that's my practice, is sort of like, first of all, moving more towards this spiritual unification, and integrate it while doing that with my karma of sense entanglement. And I have some like intellectual mind picture of what it'll be like when the oneness, the one and the two, are perfectly unified, as like this manifestation of arahant, a fully enlightened one, or the Buddha, or like these perfect representations. And it's like the sense objects are still there, but they're completely like non I just can't get lost in them. Like they're just so obviously juxtapositioned to oneness or unification that they're just insignificant and not like, I was like, oh, of course I wouldn't get lost in that, relative to this also immediate experience of samadhi and spiritual oneness. Like, but I mean, that's the key though, is that the samadhi has to be there too in order for it to be so clear that there's no reason to get lost in the senses. And then if I die, obviously the sense objects go away, but, and I mean, if that's been, samadhi has been like, stabilized and such, I'm sure that death is, therein a beautiful opportunity to sort of finalize that process. But like, just knowing that, sort of what it'll be like in the end, is sort of irrelevant. Mostly irrelevant. Just another sense thing I could get lost in. It's like, don't eat the menu. Read the menu and then order the food and then eat the food. So the menu doesn't taste like the food. The menu just indicates what the food will be.